Hi there, welcome to This Must Be Talking Heads, the show where I talk about all things Talking Heads. I'm Rodney, the world's first and only Talking Heads historiologist, and today we're reviewing a recent, very special release. You might have picked up one of these, you might have heard about it, but for Record Store Day this year, they released this. Talking Heads live on tour. What's going on with this blur? For heaven's sake. What an amateur production this is. Talking Heads live on tour 1978. I'll probably flash it up on the screen because that'll look better. Now, I made a video preview of this, so if you want to know the backstory about this release and this recording, what's been out before, what condition it was in, why they're reissuing it now, there's a whole video that you can go and check out about that. But this is about it. This is about what it's like to put it on and listen to it, and my thoughts about all of the songs. So obviously this was a radio promo sort of thing from back in 1979. It's been restored. It sounds beautiful. There's one song in here that wasn't on the original. I'll get to that one later. And obviously it's a 2 LP set, which is cut at 45, so no compromises. They don't have to cut songs or reduce them to fit it onto a single disc. They've gone for the 2 LPs, cut at 45 so they sound even better. Let's rip through it. Kick off side A with the Big Country, David and Jerry both playing guitars. I know that this is cut at 45, but when I put it on, I kind of have to check, like, have I got this on the right speed? Because even though I'm used to the Big Country and how slow it is, or the tempo of it, this sounds really laid back. This sounds really like they're almost like playing with people's expectations, like they'll be so excited for the show to start. Let's kick in really slowly, really gently. So it's almost like deliberately slowed down even more. I think this is slower than even the album version, but it sounds really good. Nice little warm-up song. Then we kick into something a little bit more upbeat. Warning sign. And during the intro for this one, there's this fast clicking kind of sound. I think David is like scratching at a muted string or something, like ticka 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 ticka, which I never heard before. Chris's drums have that really nice reverby sound. And a friend of the community, Taylor, pointed out in the Discord the effect that's on David's vocals. I'm not sure what it is. I've never seen any photos of them touring from this era where he had 2 microphones, one for standard and one for strange sound effect. So I kind of suspect his mic is running through an effects pedal of some description. You might also remember, if you've seen live footage of him singing like "My Big Hands Fall Through the Cracks," where he has like literally like a big megaphone. I don't think that's what's going on here. I think it's something a little bit more easy to take around on a tour bus or whatever. But anyway, I've always liked the song Warning Sign. This version's really good, and interesting little production effects even coming into the live show, which they're sort of bringing from the studio to the live performance, which is great. At the end of it, 3 big, thick sounds on those last 3 hits. And I'm here for it. Rounding out side A, we get The Good Thing, Jerry on keys. Good song. This song rules. Like if I ever start a band or something, I might want to cover this and extend the ending to this song, kind of like they extend the ending to Psycho Killer or something. That would rule. If I do that, that band would absolutely rule. The Good Thing. Great end to side A. Straight into side B, artists only. A little bit of vocal sweetening going on here as well. It sounds really, really good. Keyboard flourishes that Jerry does really shows like what he brought to the band even in those first few years. And even if there was a song that he didn't write directly from the start, listening to this song and what Jerry's doing on this song really highlights the value that he brings to that band. This song just wouldn't sound the same without him. There's one part in this song where David live usually goes, oi, 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 oi. And here he just goes, ah, which really tickled me. And then The Girls Want to Be with the Girls, a nice twinkly little song. There's lots of very interesting David quirky vocals here. My favorite one, which I had never picked up listening to this show before, there's a bit where David goes, "The girls want to be with the girls. Hubba hubba." He's really having a great time. A big scratchy and croaky "thank you" at the end of this, which I don't know if he's putting on a voice there or if his voice was cooked, but caught my eye. And then Electricity Drugs. So I had to go back and check. Obviously when they were playing this was an early song. This was on Fear of Music album, but it hadn't come out yet. So if you were at this show, you were hearing a song that hadn't come out yet. I can hear really faintly, there's some echo on David's vocals here, that's a real choice. This live version includes like an early draft of like the final verse. He kind of starts talking about like being charged up by microwaves and stuff, which I guess they abandoned that maybe because it was too explicit or too literal or something. And they maybe wanted to like obscure it a little bit more to make it a bit more interesting. But if you want to hear that early version, you can listen to this one. There's a really cool bit during the coda where the dual guitars are sort of trading off against each other. You get a taste of what the song was like right before they stripped it right back. I maybe prefer the live version of that song than the eventual album version. But that said, I mean, I wouldn't say either of the versions are like my favorite song, but yeah, I think I probably prefer the live version than the album version. All right, side C opens with New Feeling and whoo boy, now you fucking talking. I highlighted this when I mentioned the album on the podcast episode that I did during season 1 of the podcast when I was talking about all the different Talking Heads live shows, including Stop Making Sense. But I did mention this one and I did call out New Feeling because I think it's a really cool intro. It's got these sort of sweeping synthesizer sounds. There's this extended guitar jam over Chris's like 4 on the floor beat. I love it. I could listen to the whole song that was just that. I mean, if I ever start a band, I might insist that we cover this song and I'll play it exactly like this. I just got the weirdest deja vu. The song doesn't sound that much bigger, given that both David and Jerry are playing guitars, but Jerry kind of holds things down and plucks along with the main line, and that leaves David free to kind of do a bit more sort of angular shit, which is what he used to call it back in the day. In the middle of side C, we get Found a Job. Tina's bass line shines here, just like it always does. I love how her bass line kind of switches out between the steady core notes on the beat, and then there's really noodly like bomb, bomb, bomb. And then it goes bomb, bomb, bomb. And it's fucking cool. It features that kind of classic ending, and you can hear this and Stop Making Sense as well, where David just really thunders out those really thick chords while Jerry sort of picks out those long, ringing electric guitar notes. It's not quite a solo, but it's just a different line, but it has sort of a really great texture to it. It just grooves so hard. I'm never disappointed when I hear it. And every time you think that it's going to wrap up and then it kicks into another round, I'm in my happy place until Chris hits his little hi-hat like tss, tss, boom, and then it ends and it just crashes straight into the next song, which is Thank You for Sending Me an Angel. And as I listen to this one, I visualize Tina standing there bent forward doing the knee dance. You know what I mean? It just pounds along. It's always been that kind of song. And before you know it, it's over and David is saying, thank you, good night. And I was thinking to myself, is it something that they left on for the original release of this show? Or have they put it on so that when you're listening to this, you're like, oh, I see what's going on. This is the main set break. And then I realized, oh, no, wait, this is the song that they cut. So if you had the old version with the red cover, this is the song that got cut. So you would have never heard David say, thank you, good night. And it's not like we've never heard this song live before, right? And I'm not saying that this is special because of that, but it's special because it's the whole show put together in one go. You can sit down and listen to it and just sort of feel like you're there. And speaking about feeling like you're there, that's where side D really shines, I think. Side D, the last side on the album, on the release, it's only 2 songs, but they absolutely make them count. So they come out for the encore. It's Psycho Killer. Someone, I think, in the audience is screaming at the top of their lungs during the start. Right before the guitars come in, you can listen to it. And he says something like, all right, there, come on, something like that. After the first verse, David sounds like he's completely run out of fucks to give, and his vocals are turned up to full crazy, and that continues until the second chorus, where he falls back into more usual form. It might just be me, but it sounds like they sped up a little bit during the We Are Vain, We Are Blind bit, and it's almost like they couldn't wait to rock out. Just get to the fast bit so we could go crazy. And then rock out they do. The ending to this one is so friggin' cool, man. And if I ever start a band, I'm gonna, I don't know, never mind. Someone on guitar on this one falls into this little, almost like a little funk box kind of line, rocking back and forth, do 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 do. And sometimes when they extend the end of Psycho Killer, it's just sort of time to go crazy, and they just go crazy, and it's just like a wall of crazy sound. But this time I noticed it's very deliberate the way they do it. It sort of starts off a little bit crazy, and then they drift it a little back a little bit, and the lines get a little bit thinner and stuff, and then it builds, and it slowly starts to build, and it really starts to peak, and then it crashes. Chris really crashes those cymbals, and they throw the handbrake on the song, and they wrap that baby up, and it was really something else. And then the last song, Take Me to the River. Chris starts off with his drum beat, and the yelling guy is back unbelievably. And this time, right near the end of the second bar, you can hear it yourself. He very clearly yells, "That's the only fucking song they ever play on the radio, goddammit." And then you can hear people telling him, sit down, sit down. What a legend. This show, ironically, was supposed to be recorded so that they could send it out to radio shows so that they could play it on the radio. And then this was one of their biggest hits. So, I mean, it's ironic that this guy right up top is like cussing his head off in the background. And I don't know if that ever made it onto the air. They probably censored it or something. But this is also like one of the benefits of having a recording like this remastered. So you can hear it as clearly as possible and you pick out those little details. The secret to the success of this song has always been that it was kind of slowed down. And I mean, also as a result of that, kind of sexed up. But normally when you think about like, let's take a cover of a song and let's make it a big hit, you're normally trying to speed it up. You're normally trying to engage people. It's almost like a little trick. You just like, let's speed up the song a little bit and it'll just seem that little bit faster and that little bit more catchy and energetic. But it's funny that the secret sauce for this song was always that they slowed it down. So in that way, this final song kind of mirrors the first song, and not to the degree of what I had when I was listening to The Big Country, but when I was listening to this one, I was still kind of like, have I got this set on 33 or 45? Because it sounds very slow, but it was all good, mate. No worries. So what are my big takeaways? Well, people might ask you why you need a record like this. Maybe you've got other live albums. Maybe you want to listen to this on streaming or whatever. But man, even if it costs a little bit of money, recreating what it would have been like to go to a Talking Heads live show way back in the day, during their peak, I mean, maybe it is for you, but for me, it is just absolutely priceless. So I'm deeply, deeply grateful to everybody who agreed to put this out, all the people that worked on putting it out. The material on this recording is incredible. The quality of it is incredible. I just thank everybody for the care and amazing work that they've done in bringing us this great record. And may I say, here's to many more. But if there is one thing that I would talk about with this release, it's that it's just this. It's just the front and back, and then inside there's just like black. There's black on the inside of the packaging, and the little record, the little platter slips are black coated. So it's very black. It's like, how much more black could it be? And the answer is like, none more black. One thing grabbed me when I heard about what the packaging for this was going to be like was that there was going to be no liner notes. And I got to tell you, having no liner notes got me feeling some kind of way. So what I've done for you all, for anyone that has this or just is a fan of reading, I've written up some unofficial liner notes. Like, allow me, the Talking Heads historiologist of the community, to take it upon themselves to offer to you my humble and completely unofficial liner notes. If you look on my Instagram, there's going to be a post announcing this video. So if you swipe across, you'll see an image of the liner notes that I've had. The idea is if you want this for fun, for shits and giggles, if you want to print this out and slip it into your copy, you can do that. You can download it off the Instagram and print it out. If you email me, talkingheadspod@gmail.com, I'll send you a higher quality image or a PDF or whatever I've got. But I made some unofficial liner notes to go with this release, completely unendorsed, completely just for fun. Please don't sue me. That's all for today. I've got a lot of material coming out. I'm very close to releasing the next podcast episode about David Byrne's solo work. It's going to be a grab bag episode, 20 randomly selected side project songs. Going to be amazing. There's going to be a video to accompany that. So stay tuned here. Stay subscribed so you don't miss it. And if you want to reach out to me about anything whatsoever, the website is thismustbetalkingheads.com, and you can email me again, talkingheadspod@gmail.com. Till next time, I've been Rod. Take it easy.